Welcome to Web Design in the 2014 school year. This is a newer version of course, and this is offered this year for the first time, 2014. So I would like to walk you through it. Now, you can't see any announcements here yet because it's not the first day of class, but I'll show you. I've got some in there already. So you can see here that our first assignment, this is how we're doing this year, and our first assignment is due 9/11. That's Thursday. Now, I'd like to tell you about the structure of the assignments because I'm sure a lot of you guys notice that we have many assignments. But usually what's happening with the assignment is that we've divided up one assignment into different parts, and there's going to be something you turn in at the end. Now, some of our special education students require that we chunk out assignments, and I think this is the reason that we do this. So it seems like there's several assignments, but in actuality, there's only usually one assignment per unit that's broken out into different pieces. So this being the case, if you're going to do all these all together in one assignment and turn it in the end, what you want to do is tell me when you turn it in the Dropbox, this is what you've done. I've got 300 students, not all in web design, obviously, but for the next 9 weeks, that's an awful lot of students to serve. So pretend I'm stupid and tell me that you have done all three parts of the assignment and you're turning it all together as one, okay? Just saying, it's a lot of students to handle, and hopefully they'll hire somebody new and cut back on all the classes I teach. But until then, you got to work with things the way they are, and I apologize. It usually isn't this gnarly, okay? But I've got a lot of students, and it's just not easy to handle this many courses. All right, that being said, you can always contact me. This is the teacher contact information here. You see on this panel here? Okay, so you can see for my email, I prefer that you use a K-mail. You can call me on my phone, but if I'm teaching class, the number should be busy and go right to voicemail. So just state the nature of what you're calling about and give me a return number so that I can call you back, because I don't necessarily know what number you called me on. Okay? If you prefer to IM me, once again, it's going to be the same type of situation. If I'm teaching, it'll show me as invisible. Some of you guys like to text message. I don't take phone calls on this phone, but I do receive text messages from students, so you can use this, the 484 number. Okay, that's my personal number. All right? Okay, here's the calendar. This is a 9-week course, and this tells you how the units are broken out. Once again, don't be excited that you see so many assignments listed here. And this tells you basically what we're getting into. We're in Unit 2 here, then we go to Unit 3, and it tells you what's going on. Now, here you see we have a Lesson 2, and then we go to 5, 6. Don't worry about where 3 and 4 are. There's no logic to the way that they do this. So if you're seeing missing lessons, don't worry about it. Also, if you see things like missing discussions, missing quizzes, don't worry about it. This little asterisk means that I hid it from you. So there's no matching Dropbox and there's no matching assignment. You don't have to do it. Don't get all excited about it, okay? All right, so this calendar, like I said, you can see what's coming up in the course. And you can see we've got a final project and we've got a final exam in this course. Now, I would highly recommend you don't wait till the day before the course ends to do your final project. It'll get crazy. And here's the final exam the very next day. These are the deadlines, okay? I would assume that you're able to keep up with this class, but don't put everything off till the last minute because you'll really get behind. All right, so that's the calendar. Okay, the syllabus. This is a legal piece for us. This tells you all the things about the course. You should be able to come here to this course. It's a good idea to, if you're synchronous, to make sure you're attending classes. And if you have a tech issue, make sure that you're getting a tech ticket so that you're covered when it comes to these classes. All right, so here's the K-12 grading information. How does K-12 grade your tests? It gives you all that information here. Here's where all the recordings for this class are going to be listed under Class Connect. If you need to, if you have some problems or issues with the course, make sure that you leave some course feedback for the developers of this course. So that's it in a nutshell. We have 7 units. Okay, if I go to the Gradebook, now there's no students populating this, but you'll be able to see your grades when you click on Gradebook for your particular course. So you guys are going to use the Dropbox. Once again, it looks like there's a lot of assignments, but if you're putting them all together and sending them all, say here, in this one, write me a note. Don't just assume that I know that you've done these here. Okay, we do not have any journaling in this course. This is your tech support button. They'll take you if you need help with a course, you're having issues getting in. By all means, get your ticket. Okay? Get your ticket for any particular tech issues. Say you keep on getting kicked out of a live lesson, then you definitely want to call tech support and get a ticket number so that you can turn it in as proof that you were having tech issues. So that's the class. That's course setup. Now let's see how to set up the course. Okay, in Unit 1, it's just showing you how to move through the course, and you're going to make file folders on a computer. You're going to set up your web browser. It's going to show you how to zip and unzip folders. You're going to download and install the course software and resources. That's what you do in Unit 1. So you see, it's all set up this way. Let's say you already know how to set up your computer. You can skip that. Let's say that you already have zip files. You can skip that, but don't skip the download of the course resources and assignments, because why? You do not have Blue Griffin on your computer unless you do what? Download it, all right? So let's take a look at this. Okay, so in this lesson, do you have the requirements for the course? You want to check to make sure your computer has this. So we're going to identify computer requirements. We'll look at the different operating systems, and it'll show you how to switch between windows. So you have a student guide here under student resources. And I highly recommend that if you're a special education student, you go up to student resources and get the student guide. And there's no listed materials for this, but when we get to other units, there might be. So make sure that you're double checking here where it says student resources. So here is materials, operating systems. What does that mean? If I click on that, this tells me this is Windows Vista and how to do different things if you have different operating systems. That's all that this does, okay? So if you have a Mac, it tells you how your steps are going to be different. If you have XP, Windows XP, this will tell you going through for Windows XP. So these are things you need to know for that. This course is assuming that you have Windows 7. All right, now what you need to know is if you're going to take this course, you have to have at least Windows XP or Mac OS 10. Okay, you need to have 400 megahertz or faster processor, 512 megabytes of memory, 2 gig of hard drive space, Adobe Reader, and Adobe Flash Player. Now, most people, if they have a computer that's 6 or 8 years old, you've got all that. But if you've got an older computer, it's probably a good idea to check. So once again, welcome to Web Design, and looking forward to a great quarter.